Well, I'm joined by the man they call the Predator, a man mountain, a lineal MMA heavyweight champion, a man who flies a plane, according to your Twitter the other day as well. Yeah. I mean, is there anything you can't do, Francis Ngannou?
Everything that I can do, I think there's a lot of things that I can do. I can do your job, for example.
No, I'm sure you can. I'm sure many would probably say you can. So listen, how's life right now? Because you've been the dream chaser for so long. You've now caught these dreams.
I'm a dream chaser.
You're starting to catch them now.
I'm chasing them.
You're in a good place.
Yeah, but still chasing.
Well, look,
a dream chaser will always chase a dream. There's always something to chase. It's a mindset, it's a mentality that will never change. There's always something. And then even when you cut something, I'm like, cool, what next? Your passion is not what you're catching, it's about the journey, the process to there. So that's why a dream chaser is always a dream chaser.
Hey, well look, one of your dreams was boxing, right? And last time we saw you, it was Battle of the Baddest. It was Tyson Fury. It was a night that many will never forget. How many times have you watched it back? Be honest.
I never watched it.
No, come on.
I watched some highlights. No.
You never sat there and watched the whole fight?
No.
Why?
I don't watch my fight basically.
You should watch that one. It was a good one.
I know. But also, like, I remember all the fight. Mm-hmm. Most of the time I know exactly what's happened in the fight. And I really trying to process, like, what happened, what I remember in my mind, so I can visualize, like, exactly where I am and how I felt at that moment. I mean, it's even better than watching it on TV, because I know when I go back after a fight, I can watch the fight, I know the fight.
What would you do differently if that fight was, in 6 weeks' time?
I would do everything differently, like there's always a room of improvement, and because it came out the way that it came, that means he was perfect. I mean, he was good, he was okay, and then there's everything to do differently. In fact, that's why I'm training. Remember, that was my first boxing match, so it's not like, oh, I'm done, I'm a pro now, I get this. No. I would do everything differently in the sense of, like, improving.
People are still doubting you, Francis. I've been watching across social media. They're saying Tyson Fury wasn't at his best. He didn't train hard enough. He took his eye off the ball. Are you seeing that? And what do you think when you see that?
People always say something. It doesn't matter what you do. People always say something. And guess what? They say something even about him. Whoever is your opponent, they will say something about him too. They are saying something about AJ as well. People always say something, and that's what's happened when you get into that position. You just have to be ready for people to talk, and then just know what you're doing. Just focus on yourself.
Do you think he trained as hard as he could have done for that fight?
Who?
Fury.
That's his problem. I don't know. I wasn't there. I can't tell. But that's his problem. But I also think people sometimes even the objective opinion can be wrong, because you also have to understand that it's hard to get prepared to fight somebody that you don't know exactly what to expect. I think that was also something that was basically on my favor. I think now I get exposed from that fight, and people will come to me having an idea of what they are going to deal with, and be very serious than before.
They have to be.
But for the first one, it was hard to, like, really get focused, So yes.
That shot in the third round, when you landed it, when it was probably on the Richter scale, I feel like the world felt that shot. What percentage of your power did you land? What do you think?
I don't know. He was a counterpunch, because at that moment I could see Tyson walking to me, and in his eye, It looks like he was like, okay, let's get this over now. Let's finish this and go home. That was that look, the look that he had at that moment. And I'm like, okay, I'm not backing up. You know, like that moment was me trying to make a statement like, no, it's not going to play that way. It wasn't really like I was planning to punch, so it was like to say, oh, there's going to be a fight. It's not just going to play your way. Then I counter, do something to stop him because he was like keeping his combination. So I was just doing some, throw some counter to defend, and then get hits. And in fact, I think I hit his elbow first before he slipped and went up to his head. So, but it wasn't a clean shot that I'm like, okay, here we go, let's, you know.
Well, listen, you made a statement that night, and that statement has led to where we are today, which is you're going to fight Anthony Joshua, a huge fight that many people can't wait for. Let me just take you back to the Day of Reckoning show, his last fight. You put a tweet out. You said something about you licking your lips. Why were you licking your lips watching that show, Francis?
Because I was watching a lot of fight. There was a lot of fight in that on that card that I was licking my lips on. You know, Deontay Wilder is also a guy that I've been having my eyes on. You know, and not that I judge him based on that night, but I watched the whole event, and now I'm like, I fit in this, you know, I fit in this. I have my spot here. I have something to do here. If I keep working hard, I will do something here. So that's why I was licking my lips.
Yeah, look, and here you are. I guess you just got a call. You said yes, and suddenly you're fighting Anthony Joshua.
Yes.
How is it different, this fight? How does the challenge compare to the Tyson Fury fight?
It's still the same. I mean, we are not going there talking about like skills or experience or anything to compare that. We are so far from each other in that sense. But the only thing that I count on is my determination, my dedication, is my, I don't know, like my will.
The fire.
Yeah, my fire. I think that's what gets me there.
What vulnerabilities have you seen in him? Because let me take you to what Otto Wallin was saying. Obviously, Otto Wallin got dealt with, but he did talk about how AJ wasn't the same fighter he used to be. He talked about mental fragilities as well. Have you seen any of this in Anthony Joshua?
Well, I think Otto Wallin was trying to make a point, convince himself. Obviously, per what I heard, he's been a sparring partner for a couple fights. They have fought in the Olympic game.
Back in the amateurs,
yeah, they have fought back in the amateur, stuff like that. And in that situation, you're trying to like find a weakness and to convince yourself, to hype yourself up to go after him. But I don't think so, because the fight that I watched that night was exactly the opposite of what he was saying. You know, like AJ was there responding. Looks like even Otto lost the fight even before get there. Like he has so much respect, maybe because he knows AJ so well and what's gonna happen, that he didn't even fight. There wasn't even like a opposition, a real opposition. He was just there taking it. And I'm like, no, man.
Not the attitude you'd have.
No, I don't have that attitude. I don't do that. I didn't understand. He has a good experience in boxing, and I think he could have done better. But I think like mentally, he wasn't there. Yeah.
10 rounds you've done now. 10 rounds. You've got that experience. How important is that heading into this fight, knowing that your energy can carry on for longer and you could land that shot? You've got longer to do it. You've got the energy.
I think energy is never enough. I think experience is never enough. This was my first time doing the 10 rounds, and then also the pace of the fight. You know, you can get in the fight and the pace get high really quick, and then you will not manage it in the same way. So yeah, there is a 10 round that I have done, but what will happen if we push the pace, right? So, and then in fact, like for this fight, the call and they were talking, I'm like, yes, 12 rounds it is. I'm like, cut it out, 10. I'm not doing 12 yet. I'm not doing 12 yet. I want to build and get solid in that 10 rounds before do 12. I mean, unless it's maybe for some title, championship type of thing, I'm not doing 12.
And I know you like to visualize things. I know you like to imagine and create worlds for yourself like you have in the past. Now, when you imagine this fight, first bell rings, ding, ding, what on earth is going to happen in there against AJ?
Ground taking. He walked in, I walk in, and then we stand there. Who pull, who back, who win the space first. I think the first is just to set the rhythm of the fight and to take the ground, to control order, to make others step back. And it's kind of like a psychology thing, trying to break order down mentally type of thing.
Tyson Fury is in the biggest fight of his life, undisputed against Alexander Usyk. How's that going to go?
If I'm objective, I would say Tyson Fury. And if I'm speaking of myself, I would still say Tyson Fury, right? Objectively, obviously, I'm not counting Usyk out. I know he can win this fight. He has a very good chance, maybe even. But I still go for Tyson, and I still want him to win.
Okay.
To see him for that rematch as a winner.
Thank you so much. We'll see you in Fight Week. Good to see you.
See you, Dave. Bye.